93.9 FM. We're on TV, Cox Channel 4 television all over Louisiana, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, Cox Channel 4 TV. Spectrum, Channel 333, the old charter system. Spectrum Channel 333 in Slidell, Covington, Mandeville. That's Cheyenne country. That's Gallagher's 527 country, Mandeville. Hammond, Homa, Thibodaux, Opelousas, all over the state. We're on YouTube. Click to subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson on YouTube. And we're on Twitter right now, live on Twitter, at Corey Johnson on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter, at Corey Johnson. Live on Twitter right now. Audio, video, check us out. Hey, and you can call us, 766-9480. It is a wide open Wednesday. You're the show producer, whatever you want to discuss. 766-9480. Did you check out the milk dud last night? Not the candy, the mayoral debate. It was just boring. I didn't think any of the questions were very riveting. I don't think any kind of riveting answers. Nothing was a game changer. I think the candidates tried, but I don't, Helena Moreno is not going to go attack Royce Duplessis and Oliver Thomas unless she gets attacked. They have to go attack her. And I don't think there was anything that they did that gained momentum. I might be wrong. I'm like you. I highly anticipating the next poll. But right now, Helena Moreno is kind of kicking butt and taking names. And if trends continue, she wins in a primary. If trends continue, there's still 15% undecided. So these folks, they're not sure. They might be leaning towards Moreno. They might be leaning towards Oliver Thomas, might be leaning towards Royce Duplessis. Who knows? 15% undecided. 7 out of 10 approximately of those undecided are Black women. Black females elect people in New Orleans. Black females will elect this next mayor. Right now, Black females are backing Helena Moreno over Oliver Thomas and Royce Duplessis. As far as I can tell, maybe like 2 or 3 to 1 right now. Black females, just trying to break down the numbers. There's 15% undecided. 7 out of 10 are Black females. What Oliver Thomas or Royce Duplessis need is to get the majority of those. And it shows in the next poll. And then some Black females that are voting for Helena Moreno see momentum with Royce Duplessis or Oliver Thomas, and they jump on board. So it would be Oliver Thomas or Royce Duplessis going from the teens into the 20s. And then Helena Moreno maybe shedding some votes, going from 51%, high 40s to maybe mid 40s, low 40s, ideally for Oliver Thomas or Royce Duplessis, and them gaining some of those votes. That's like sort of the moonshot. That's like the perfect storm. That's what Royce Duplessis and Oliver Thomas need. They need to separate themselves from one or the other. Oliver Thomas from Royce Duplessis or Royce Duplessis from Oliver Thomas, like separate and pull some votes from Helena Moreno. It's just going to be very, very difficult. I'm just going with what's going on right now. And if these trends continue, Helena Moreno wins in the primary. There'll be no runoff. For Oliver Thomas and Royce Duplessis, it's get to a runoff with Moreno. But I don't think last night's debate on Channel 4 did anything for anyone. I don't think it hurt Moreno, and I don't think it helped Royce Duplessis or Oliver Thomas. So I don't see poll numbers changing. We'll see. Royce Duplessis has about $600,000 in his war chest. I'd be spending $600,000 from now until October 11th. Oliver Thomas has about $315,000. I'd spend every penny of it from now till October 11th. Royce Duplessis has more than double, or not more than double, has about double in his war chest of Duplessis, and Moreno has more than double of Royce Duplessis. So she's got $1.5 million. She doesn't need to spend the 1.5 million, but she'll spend a lot. She's got a bunch of different commercials, all kind of different subjects. I mean, she might have like 6 or 8 different commercials that are rotating. Royce Duplessis and Oliver Thomas might have 1 or 2. So I'd produce more commercials and I would be pounding them out there and I'd spend every penny you have and I'd be trying to raise as much money to spend all of that by October 11th. Because it's October 11th or bust. Make the runoff or it's done. It's over. Helena Moreno obviously would like to end this in a primary. And I'm sure she's very confident going up against Oliver Thomas or Royce Duplessis head to head in a runoff. But obviously she would like to win this thing in the primary. Nothing last night. I don't know. I got bored with it, to be honest with you. I might have checked out for a little while and checked back in, went and did something, went outside with Tole, my dog, and played with him for a few minutes. It wasn't riveting is the word I'm trying to use. Like nothing was compelling enough to make me sit there and watch it. There was nothing being asked or said that made me think, wow, this thing's building, something could happen. Nothing. When I say they, Oliver Thomas, Royce Duplessis tried to attack the front runner, Helena Moreno. It just was sort of lame and kind of half effort, and Moreno countering it. And I don't think they gained anything, and I don't think Moreno lost anything. 766-9480. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. Tomorrow, live in studio right here, Royce Duplessis is going to join us. Fired up about that. He'll be in studio around 4:20, straight through to 5 o'clock. Like about 40 good minutes with mayoral candidate Royce Duplessis live in studio tomorrow. We'll find out a lot about Royce Duplessis in that 40 minutes, I promise you. Fair questions. I'm not out to attack this guy at all, and I'm not out to kiss his rear end. Just legitimate questions like I always ask, questions that you want to know, questions you'd ask. I think there's there's 3 kind of people in this business. People like me that ask the questions you want to ask. Then I think there are 2 other kinds that know the questions that you want to ask, and they don't want to ask them because they're scared to ask them, or they're scared they might offend the guest or something. And then there's other folks that don't know the questions you want to ask. I know what you want to ask. I'll be asking those questions tomorrow with Royce Duplessis. I was talking last hour about some guys I work out with at the gym that are just animals. Joe's a triathlete. He's like about 54 years old. You think he's 30. Colin is just a super athlete, and he's probably, I'm guessing, about 35. And just, these guys are animals. Cardio, strong, relentless, inspirational. They're super nice guys. They'll fill you in on, better technique or this or that, whatever. So I'm asking these guys, like, diet. What do y'all eat? And Joe's like, man, I make a turkey bolognese on Sunday. I'll eat it all week long. And I'm thinking, all right, bolognese. I love a bolognese. Hard to find a good bolognese in New Orleans, but I'm thinking like some Sicilian, Italian making it with veal, pork, beef maybe in that bolognese. The pork's the flavor. This is turkey. That's like cardboard, the lamest protein available, the most flavorless of proteins, I'm not anti-turkey. I'm just not pro-turkey. So no, I don't want a turkey bolognese all week long, but Joe's an animal, and that's why, because he watches his diet closely. And then Colin's like, yeah, man, I have like salmon and like some brown rice or chicken breast. I'm like, no, and no. Can't do it. No, so one thing they said, they're like, man, I never have to worry about what I have to eat. And it's not like I worry about it, but it's a dilemma sometimes. What am I going to get for lunch? What am I going to get for dinner? That type of thing. So I'm like, I like that dilemma. because usually I'm not settling. I'm getting something good. Today, Mario Brothers, I got something really good. And I even talked to Russell, the owner, about it, and we were laughing. It's probably the best meal deal, quality meal deal in Metro New Orleans. It's the small roast beef po' boy at short stops on Transcontinental, about a block off Airline. A small roast beef po' boy is $6.42. What can you get that is quality and good for $6.42? You can get one of the best roast beef po' boys in New Orleans at short stops over there on Transcontinental. $6.42. That's crazy.
Total maintenance keeps you cool.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Here at the Nola Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the Nola Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
New Orleans talk giant, Corey Johnson, on the neutral ground.
I'll have the entire city of New Orleans in the palm of my hand.
In Metro New Orleans on 93.9 FM and 107.9 FM. Also from Baton Rouge to Pensacola, Florida on 600 AM and 1560.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson with you. 5 o'clock power hour on a wide open Wednesday. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. A buddy of mine teaches medical students at LSU. He's a teacher at LSU's med school. They've got, students there. They've got folks that are going through their residency, and they've got some young doctors that are done with residency. One of these young doctors was offered a gig in Dallas, and she's lived in New Orleans now for like a decade. Went to med school or residency, all of it in New Orleans. My friend, who's the doctor who teaches at LSU, was talking to her, and she's like, I like New Orleans. It's pretty and it's dirty. But I couldn't live in Dallas because it's ugly and clean. That's what she said. Just funny. I like New Orleans. It's pretty and dirty, but I couldn't live in Dallas because it's ugly and clean. That's just a funny New Orleans quote, I thought. Sharing that with you on the program. Now, I was talking about ridiculous meal deals. 766-9480. Dial us up. Where in Metro New Orleans can you get quality food at an insanely, ridiculously low price, especially in 2025? I got a few for you. I just mentioned one. Shortstop Po' Boys. A lot of folks know that place on Transcontinental, about a block off Airline. They've been there for like 30, 40 years. There was a Midas, Bill Tripoli Midas on Airline I used to go to about 2 blocks down the street. I'd be like, Bill, how long are you going to work on my car? I'll be done in 2 hours. Cool. I'm going to walk down to Shortstops. I'd go get a Po' Boy. That was 30 years ago. So I've been going to Shortstop for a long time. The small roast beef, I got one today for lunch again. $6.42. It's a joke. And it's a damn good hot roast beef. This isn't like some, gas station shrimp po' boy or roast beef. This is Shortstop. They got a good reputation. So that's an incredible deal. $6.42 for a small roast beef po' boy. I'm just blown away by that. $6.42. What can you get for $6.42 anywhere that's good?
That's like not even enough for a Whopper, just a sandwich.
Seriously.
Not even the meal.
Or a
just
Big
sandwich.
Mac.
Yeah.
And that's crap.
That's wild.
Come on. You get what am I going to eat? Roast beef po' boy or a Whopper? Are you kidding me?
This conversation's making me depressed about how expensive fast food
Oh,
is.
fast food's crazy. I don't eat it. You know that. I eat Raising Cane's. That's about it. I might get some Chick-fil-A nuggets in the morning. That's about it. And it's rare. And I went and got a Burger King, it was like a cowboy Whopper meal. I got the big size, and I got an apple pie for the homeless dude down the street from, he's on Claiborne Avenue. This dude pushing like 4 grocery carts, and he plopped down by the sewage and water board for like a month. He didn't last long on Claiborne by Audubon Boulevard. He was on Audubon Boulevard by Tulane. That lasted about 8 hours. Anyway, he was by the sewage and water board by Holly Grove for literally like a month. And a couple of times I went to Burger King over there on Claiborne's in Carrollton, and it was like $12, $13 for that Whopper meal with a hot apple pie. Like 12 or 13 bucks. Yeah, it's like crazy. Yeah. And then the McDonald's, I think I got him a McCrap meal, the Big Mac, with big fries and a big Coke and hot apple pie or some crap, some dessert. And it was like 12 at McDonald's. I was like, geez. So $6.42 for a small roast beef po' boy at Shortstops. That's the big winner. Now, Katie's tonight. I know they're a client. Now, I'm going to mention Gallagher's 527 and their $21 lunch special. It's just a fact. Forget about that. They're a paying client for the program. I am being fair and objective about this. Katie's has a 5-course steak night tonight. You get a filet, U.S. Angus choice filet. An Angus filet means more marbling Angus beef compared to regular beef. You get an Angus filet with the Katie's potatoes on the side. You get a salad. You get an appetizer. You get dessert. That's 5 courses. Salad, appetizer, steak, Katie's potatoes, dessert, and a glass of wine or a cocktail. $35. $35 tonight. Steak night at Katie's. Going on right now as we speak. What are you doing for dinner? Maybe steak night at Katie's for $35. Absolutely insane. Katie's in Mid-City as New Orleans as it gets. Iberville at Telemachus. Now I'm knocking out a commercial in the middle of this segment because I'll give you another steak. I was there Monday, Venezia on Carrollton, the Italian pizza joint. 6-ounce filet comes on a plate, sizzling in butter. You don't want to touch the plate. It'll take your fingerprint off your hand. 6-ounce filet, sizzling in butter with French fries, or you get pasta on the side. $20.95. $20.95. Speaking of, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville, Tuesday through Friday lunch. This is pretty insane. Tuesday through Friday lunch at Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. They have a lunch special that's $21. It starts with a house salad. They've got about a half dozen homemade dressings to choose from. Great house salad, big salad full of tomatoes, really good. Then you have 3 entrees to choose from. The marinated shish kebab that I get. You can get the fried catfish amandine with the Meunier sauce, or half a soft shell crab with grits. And you get their ooey gooey dessert, this hot cake topped with a scoop of vanilla ice cream, $21. $21 lunch special Tuesday through Friday at Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Right across the street, Tuesday through Friday lunch specials at Trey Inn. 10, 11, 12 bucks. 20 different entrees to choose from. That to-go container's heavy. I'm telling you, it's a few pounds. Combination fried rice, and then one of 20 entrees. I mean, if you're on the North Shore and you like manage an office and you're thinking about going get like Subway or a Chick-fil-A tray, go to Trey Inn. Like 10, 11, 12 bucks a head, you're feeding the entire office. 10 people, you're knocking it out for $100. 100 people, you're knocking it out for $1,000. It's crazy. Trey Inn lunch specials, 10, 11, 12 bucks. It's not Chinese food. It's gourmet cuisine at Trey Inn. Now, I'm not a big chain person. I was mentioning a bolognese. I love bolognese. I love a meat sauce. Hard to find bolognese in New Orleans. You can find meatballs and spaghetti, but in Metro New Orleans, not a lot of places that serve a bolognese. I honestly can't speak for much of the rest of the menu at this place, and I'm not a chain type restaurant person. And this isn't a chain, it's a chain wannabe. The restaurant group that has this restaurant, they want it to be all over the place. They'd like to be hundreds of them. It's called A Tavolo. It's the Italian joint right across from P.F. Chang's in Lakeside Shopping Center parking lot. Almost like Severn and Vets. A Tavolo has a pretty good bolognese. I'll get their lunch bolognese. It's $17 with tax, like $17.08. I got a Raising Cane's, a Caniac with an extra fingers, 21 bucks. I spend more at Raising Cane's. I mean, I can get that lunch special Monday night at Venezia for 21 bucks. I can get the $21 3-course special at Gallagher's 527 for 21 bucks, or I go to Raising Cane's and get a Caniac for 21 bucks. And I do. I like Raising Cane's, but it's 21 bucks. So now I just think some of these prices for some of these things is just incredible. Shrimp po' boy at Domalice's, a small shrimp po' boy at Domalice's in Uptown, $16. This is a damn good price for a shrimp po' boy that's loaded with shrimp. What else we got, Mario Brothers? I'm trying to think. I'm missing somebody out there. Great meal deals in the city.
I guess I can't nominate the 2 for $20 at Applebee's.
The 2 for $20 at Applebee's would not qualify.
Okay.
Have you had the 2 for $20 at Applebee's?
Oh yeah, many times.
What is the 2 for $20 at
It's
Applebee's?
just 2 entrees and an appetizer, pretty much. Or yeah.
So you and like your girlfriend can go. Y'all both get an entree and an appetizer to split, and it's $20.
Yes, it's 25 now. It went up to 2 for 25.
What are the entree
But
choices?
It's limited choices, but you can get like chicken tenders, you can get a steak, you can get ribs. Like it's
like it's just a little mini rack of ribs, a little half rack.
Yeah.
Are they any good?
It's like the standard size ribs.
Are they any good?
Oh, they're pretty good.
They are?
I think they are.
Wow. What do you know? What about the burgers? I'm joking.
Honestly, I don't really. That's the one thing at Applebee's
You
I
don't
don't really mess
what?
with.
How are the chicken fingers?
The chicken fingers are solid.
They are solid.
Yes.
Better, like Cane's or better?
Probably same quality. Honestly, it might have more flavor at Applebee's.
Wow.
Without the sauce.
I don't think I've ever eaten it at Applebee's in my life.
The main
Destin, Florida has an Applebee's, and when we were in college or a little after, that was the only bar, especially like on a Sunday.
Exactly.
So we would go sit at the Applebee's in Destin, which I think is still there. It may have closed. I don't know.
Maybe.
But it was there 20 years ago. But I've never eaten food at an Applebee's.
You got a ton in Metro New Orleans.
Applebee's?
Yeah, you have one in Kenner, one in Metairie, one here down the road on Clearview.
Yeah, that's true. And they're open late too, huh?
They are open late. They used to do half-price appetizers past 9 p.m. Those are good
I'm
times.
sort of scared I'll go into an Applebee's and just not like it at all.
Yeah, baby.
Wow.
We're
You know me,
different.
I'm a food snob, Mario. I'm not 30 years old.
I hear that, but we have different palates we've established.
Yeah, no, totally.
Appetizers.
And
are
I'm
still-
busting your chops.
I know. Appetizers still elite at Applebee's, though.
All right. The king and undisputed champ is shortstop po' boys. The small roast beef, $6.42. Domalisi shrimp po' boy, $16. Hamburger and French fries at Roost Chris Steakhouse, $17. That's a good one. The Monday night 6-ounce filet special at Venezia, $20.95. Lunch specials at Trey Yen, 20 to choose from, 10 to like $12. Katie's Wednesday night steak night, salad, appetizer, filet, Katie's potato, dessert, a glass of wine or a cocktail. That's tonight, $35. Gallagher's $5.27, the 3-course $21 lunch special. 8 Tavolo by Lakeside, lunchtime weekday bolognese ziti, $17. Corey Johnson with you, 766-9480. Holla.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane.
tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Not an FM disc jockey, not a former politician, Corey Johnson.
You're not the DJ. You're a raconteur. You're a storyteller. You're a griot.
It's true. It is true. Yeah, you right. Hey, help us out. 766-9480. Not just me, the listening audience. I just threw out a bunch of great meal deals all around Metro New Orleans, like a great quality meal at a great price. And it's a pretty good list. I'd like you to add to it. I know there's something I'm missing. I obviously don't have all of it. I think we could double up this list. But I'm looking for pretty good, Mario Brothers said Applebee's 2 entrees for $25. I was like, Mario, the pretty good part, you kind of missed that, didn't you? Anyway. No, Applebee's 2 entrees and an appetizer for $25. I guess if it was late night, I was hungry, I'd probably still go to Cane's, Mario.
I respect the honesty.
Yeah. Like I said, I've never eaten at Applebee's. I think I ate at a TGI Fridays one time, like after a hurricane, like everything was closed, and that one on Vets was open, and I was starving, and I just come back down after like 48 hours of following a storm to report on it, eating crap out of my car. So I wanted like a hot meal, and I think that was like the only thing. And I went to TJ Fry's. I got like a chicken breast or something.
Yeah, man.
I went to Olive Garden when I was covering the Saints in La Crosse, Wisconsin. This little town called Onalaska, right outside of La Crosse, had an Olive Garden, and it was absolutely horrendous. It's terrible.
Jeez.
I got like noodles with ketchup. I wanted some Italian and some Sicilian food.
With ketchup.
Anyway.
Yeah, a lot of like Italians get really mad at Olive Garden and that they're not authentic.
Carrabba's. I've never been there.
Same thing with Mexican people in Taco Bell. They despise Taco Bell.
Well, I mean, that's of course. Yeah. I've never eaten at Taco Bell in my life.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Yeah, no. Taco Bell is like the bottom of the barrel, like cheap.
I've never eaten at Taco Bell in my life. I haven't had a McDonald's burger in 30 years. Burger King burger maybe 20 years ago. Never had Checkers. Never have eaten at Rallies.
What about Whataburger?
What a burger to avoid. No, I've never eaten at Whataburger.
They're expanding to Louisiana.
Yeah, I busted my friend who loves it. I said, what a burger to avoid. Now, it's funny. I went to like, one up from those. Five Guys. I went one time. I was like, I don't need to go to Five Guys again. It was nothing good. I didn't think it was good. It wasn't like, boy, that was great. If I was in a desert and there was a Five Guys, I'd appreciate it. And I'd go eat Five Guys. I went to Shake Shack expecting something like New York, and it's just like Five Guys. I think Shake Shack, Five Guys, Lee's, all the same. And then I did go to Atomic Burger and thought the same thing, but people tell me Atomic Burger is pretty good.
Yeah.
So maybe I have to get you're sort of going like this, huh?
I think that's the one I haven't been to, Atomic Burger. That's the only one I
haven't tried. Some people say it's pretty good, but I'm thinking if it's pretty good, why is there only one location on Vets?
Yeah, exactly.
I think they would have expanded all over the place if it was pretty good. And I'm not knocking them. I got to try them again because some people have said, no, it's pretty good. And it's better than Lee's, better than Five Guys, and better than Shake Shack.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Got a lot of small sliders popping up too.
I've never eaten small sliders, and I don't think I ever will. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, it's very greasy. It's delicious, but
it is delicious.
Yes, but it's very greasy and very heavy, and you're probably gonna need a nap after.
Why is it delicious, you think?
It's just very greasy and cheesy, and they're waffle fries. It's not just crinkle cut fries; it's waffle fries.
Like Chick-fil-A.
Like Chick-fil-A, but they're seasoned though. They're seasoned waffle fries.
So they're like a Rally's fry, but in a waffle form.
Yes, kind of.
Wow.
Yes, kind of.
Interesting. Is there some dipping sauce or anything?
There's
or no?
queso you can get, yes.
But it's just it's not like Cane's.
No, it's just queso, but it complements the fat and the fries and the sliders so good.
I love how Cane's like it's secret. I'm like, what do you mean? It's mayonnaise and ketchup y'all mixed together, right?
I think everybody knows that. Just like the Big Mac sauce is Thousand Island dressing.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, Big Mac. That's exactly
they
right.
cracked the code.
Yep. Someone cracked the code a long time ago. 766-9480. Looking for great meal deals. I had the best deal in town, the King, an undisputed champ. Shortstops, po' boys. Transcontinental write-off airline. A small roast beef po' boy, $6.42. That's what I paid today, $6.42. It's a joke. I told Russell, like, dude, you got to jack up that price. That's insane. He's like, And then in there, it's like a kind of primarily like white Jefferson Parish geriatric crowd mostly. There were some young people. I was the youngest person in there. And yes, there might be someone like on an oxygen tank in there eating their po' boy. No, it's old, retired, white, geriatric, old school folks that you go from $6.42. I'm like, Russell, why is the small roast beef po' boy $7.42? He could have charged me $10.42, and I would not have been like, what the hell is that? What a ripoff. Seriously. It's one of the better roast beef po' boys in the metro. And a small roast beef po' boy at Shortstops is $6.42. It's laughable. It's so cheap. I think the Domalisi shrimp po' boy is one of the best shrimp po' boys in the metro area. $16 for a small shrimp. I've been there like every Saturday getting that bad boy. Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. I'm not a big fan of the steaks at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. I know a lot of you are. You're probably hammered. You had a bunch of drinks. You're getting some filet. That's choice, by the way. Sizzling in butter. I mean, I don't know. How do you screw that up? It's a filet. It's going to be tender. It's sizzling in butter. I think the filet by itself is just mediocre. I think if you didn't have the butter, it wouldn't taste all that good. And I think if you weren't hammered, you really wouldn't taste that good. But a lot of folks still love their Ruth's Chris. Fulton does well. Veterans does really well. I think the steaks are not very good and they're expensive. When I go to Ruth's Chris, believe it or not, I get the chicken. This little double chicken breast, call it an airline chicken breast, the little drumette still hooked to it, and it's got the skin on it. It's pretty good. Ruth's Chris Steakhouse has a hamburger, which is supposed to be prime beef. I think they must just chop up the scraps that they get. I don't know. They have a hamburger with French fries, and the French fries are hand cut. They got the skin still on them. $17. $17. You can substitute a salad for the fries if you want. $17. Monday night, Venezia on Carrollton, the Italian joint, the pizza joint. 6-ounce filet special with French fries or pasta. $20.95. The filet comes sizzling in butter on your plate. Pretty impressive. The lunch specials, Tuesday through Friday at Trey Yen. There are 20 to choose from. 10, 11, 12 bucks each. It's unbelievable. Right across the street, Gallagher's 527 has a 3-course lunch meal. Salad, choose from 3 entrees like the shish kebab, and a dessert. $21. The ooey gooey dessert right off the menu. That warm cake with the scoop of vanilla ice cream on top and the chocolate sauce, outstanding. $21. A Tavolo, the Italian joint by Lakeside. I can't tell you about the rest of the menu, but they have a decent bolognese. A bolognese ziti. I like the ziti pasta and the bolognese. Lunch special, $17. Just hard to beat. And tonight at Katie's, Wednesday night, Katie's steak night. This is pretty ridiculous. You get an Angus filet with Katie's potatoes. You get a salad and an appetizer before that. You get a dessert after the steak. 5-course meal. Salad, appetizer, Angus filet with Katie's potatoes, and a dessert, and a glass of wine or a cocktail. $35 steak night tonight at Katie's. 5-course meal, cocktail, glass of wine, $35. That's crazy. That's Katie's tonight, steak night, $35. Those are my best quality meal deals in Metro New Orleans. I'd like to hear yours. 766-9480. 766-9480. That's how you dial us up. Boy, Michael Heck's going to join us on Friday, like he does every Friday from Greater New Orleans Inc. Last Friday, he was mentioning some infrastructure projects. He just blew through the list that progress is being made on all of them. And we're going to break down each and every one of those because we were talking about the mayoral debate last night. It was a dud. I thought, boring. I thought the questions weren't really, fiery, and there was no sizzle. And I think the three candidates, I don't know. I don't think Helena Moreno hurt herself, and I don't think Royce Duplessis or Oliver Thomas gained votes. I just think it's sort of status quo. Nothing exciting. I got bored watching it, and that's what I do. No, Mario, I don't get bored watching things, what I do. I'm supposed to watch things and not get bored. But there just was no sizzle to that debate. Anyway, with that said, Michael Heck rattled off a list because I was talking about unfinished infrastructure that's never talked about. Retention ponds, water features. Let's help mitigate flooding in Metro New Orleans. Let's plant trees everywhere in Metro New Orleans. Our tree canopy is like 18%. Memphis is 40%. Atlanta, nearly 50%. We're in a swamp, the top of the subtropic zone. We should be the lushest, greenest city in America. It's insane. No, they're talking about those issues, not the ones that aren't economy, education, crime, and, what is it? Education, crime, education, crime, economy, and I guess infrastructure, but not talking about specifics on infrastructure. Just like fixing potholes. They're right about that. All the candidates are right about that. One crew fixing potholes, 1,500 miles of street, one crew. It's crazy. But not really talking about, unfinished infrastructure or blight. And Michael Heck talked about the Plaza Tower. Looks like that's going to get redone. The river district's being built. The Shell building's being built as we speak. Poland Avenue, the old naval facility getting turned around. Charity Hospital getting going. And he mentioned a few others. So we'll talk about each and every one of those with Michael Hecht on Friday. But, unfinished infrastructure. I was on the Earhart Expressway. I posted a video on my Twitter, on my X, @Corey Johnson. The Earhart Expressway opened 40 years ago. First off, it was supposed to continue to the airport and then through the airport to I-310 out towards Luling. You're supposed to be able to go from Holly Grove to the airport to I-310 if you want on the Earhart. Instead, it goes to Elmwood, and that's it. Doesn't even go over Hickory Dickory Dock, Mouse Clock, and, Parallel Airline. You just it ends at Elmwood, and those are exits. 40 years, Earhart Expressway, no entrances or exits added. Coming right back.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again. Ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spot. TM-AC.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe. Some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab. Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
The vibe of the Crescent City, Corey Johnson.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
In Metro New Orleans on 93.9 FM and 107.9 FM. Also from Baton Rouge to Pensacola, Florida on 600 AM and 1560.
It's all true. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube, The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson on YouTube. And we're gaining traction on Twitter. Been on Twitter the last few weeks live, at Corey Johnson on Twitter every day. Check it out. Let's head to the phone lines. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. To Pearl River, up the I-59. Barry joins us. What up, Barry?
What's up, Corey? How you doing, man?
Good, man.
Well, I'm calling to eat crow because a few weeks ago you had said you think LaToya Cantrell is going to try to travel. I don't know if you called it a junket, but I think you just said travel.
Well, I kind of said a junket, and I said before the arraignment.
Oh, I thought you said after the indictment. I said, no, after the indictment. I think she won't.
Well, it was after the indictment, but I said before that we had 22 days to the arraignment. And I said, if someone would ask me, would she travel or not? Like my life was on the line to get it right. I would have to say, yes, she'll go on a junket, which didn't happen. But now she's requesting family vacation time. I think she's going to get it.
Let me ask this question. And this is a serious question. If John Q. Public is under federal indictment, are they allowed to go to Iceland? I don't know. I've obviously never been federally indicted, thank God. But, why would she be any different than anyone else?
I don't know what would happen. I mean, I would think she's getting the same treatment as John Q. Public. I don't think it's because she's mayor or anything special. She requested to go to Iceland, which is crazy. Family vacation, for a week, October 7th through 13th. Yeah, she's not going to be mayor in January. She's under federal indictment. She just doesn't stop. But this is, I guess she's paying for it all. It's all, on her dime. So, and for what I understand, the court's going to grant her permission to do it. So they'll give her passport back and she'll go for a week and then come back. And I guess she's early voting or not voting at all because it's the 7th through the 13th. Election days, that's Saturday, the 11th. And then she comes back and has to relinquish the passport again.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess, whatever. Just can't wait for her to go away.
Yeah, come January, she's done.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't mean to go to, whatever's going to happen justice-wise, we'll go, but just go to the trash heap of history. And wide open Wednesday topic, man. Shameless plug for an OIG for St. Tammany. Take care, man.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks a lot, Barry in Pearl River. He's so right. The OIG for St. Tammany. St. Tammany's got about 280,000 people now. It's Either the fastest growing parish in Louisiana or one of them. It's affluent. There's a lot of money there, educated people. And because it's growing and there's a lot of money and educated people there, there's lots of successful businesses. There's lots of infrastructure, public money being spent on infrastructure, on growth. I'm a St. Tammany Parish resident. I most definitely would want a CPA type scrutinizing how the public money is being spent. And that's what an OIG does. And St. Tammany was supposed to get one like 6-8 years ago, but A.G. Crow from Slidell nixed it because he's like a lot of politicians in Louisiana. They don't want to be scrutinized. They want to get elected and do what they want to do. You know, the John Alario thing, spend the campaign money on personal stuff and just enjoy life at the expense of the taxpayer and don't get a lot accomplished for the taxpayer. I mean, John Alario, man, like 45 years and just like a blank resume. He's pathetic. Just a pathetic public official. Not civic-minded at all. No, A.G. Crow the same way. St. Tammany doesn't need an IG. No, St. Tammany does need an IG. New Orleans, believe it or not, one of the things done right, the Office of Inspector General. Bob Sarasoli, who was the IG for the Big Dig in Boston, we got that guy. He comes down to New Orleans and sets up the office right. Full autonomy, investigate, do what they want. The budget for the office is locked and loaded, part of the city budget. There would have to be a council meeting. We want to change the budget of the IG, and then it would have to go to a vote of the citizens, and it would never pass. So New Orleans' IG is set up right. Now, if you have a lame IG like Do Nothing Derry Harper, the former IG in New Orleans, who politically connected, just a lame sack, never showed up at the office, worthless, then even a great office that's set up right can't get much done. But now you have a pit bull like Bob Sarasoli, the original IG in New Orleans with Ed Michel. He's tenacious. He's relentless. He's doing the work we want him to do, scrutinizing taxpayer money in New Orleans. Jefferson Parish. I think Kim Chatelaine is probably a person that can do the job, but she's got one hand tied behind her back. The politicians in Jefferson Parish, the city council, the parish president, they control the IG's office, the budget, what they can investigate. It's the opposite of New Orleans. Not a lot of autonomy there. That office needs a lot of fixing. They need a council resolution, which will never happen, where the voters would change that office, like follow New Orleans. I know New Orleans has a lot of dysfunction. The IG's office is not part of that dysfunction. St. Tammany needs an office to scrutinize where that taxpayer money is being spent in St. Tammany. No, an OIG, you want to know the beautiful part? They will find things in the first year or two that are yearly savings that literally pay for the office forever. Like the first few audits or investigations, any IG worth his salt, in the first year or two is going to find savings that literally fund the office forever. So everything after that is gravy, lanyap, more savings. Hey, it's Wednesday. You looking for a great meal deal? Katie's in Mid-City. It's steak night. 5-course meal, plus a cocktail or a glass of wine, $35. It's impossible to beat. A big filet, an Angus filet at that, nicely marbled, lots of flavor. Some Katie's potatoes. Before that, a salad and an appetizer. After the steak, a dessert. 5-course meal, plus a cocktail or a glass of wine, $35 steak night tonight at Katie's in Mid-City. That is a deal and a half. That's just amazing. Katie's in Mid-City. Wide open Wednesday. Tomorrow, Royce Duplessis, mayoral candidate, live in studio at 4:20. He'll be with us till 5 o'clock. 40 minutes straight with Royce Duplessis, mayoral candidate. That's tomorrow. Don't miss it. Oh, boy, there's Blue Boy saying, Corey, wrap it up. We're closing in on 6 o'clock. I demand some human food in my kibble. And I want to go for a nice walk because the humidity's lower and there's a nice breeze. Let's plan it around 7-ish. Wow, Blue Boy. That's a lot. What else? Thank Mario Brothers. Thank everybody for watching and listening. Royce Duplessis mañana. See you right here.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson. On TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube. On radio at Nola Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 6 p.m.